Hello, my sweet friends. This is Tracy. Welcome to my channel. I am sharing a DIY rustic pocket full of all of the details that I like to do. Now, this little thing may not look like a whole lot, but it is a lot of steps to it, but the end result is totally worth it. And I'm going to share every single thing that I did for this DIY rustic spring pocket, including how I made the carrots. I hand lettered the sign as well as made the messy bow. I tell you all of the details, so I hope that you stick around and watch how I created this little cutie patootie. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there is a lot of steps to this particular project, but it is what I do. It is who I am. I like to add so many details, and it really kind of helps my crafts. People are drawn to my crafts, and it kind of takes it a little bit more over the top. I know that's not everyone's style, and people don't have a lot of time to sit and watch a video, so I do appreciate you watching. And if you stay till the end, I do have an announcement that I would like to do just as a thank you for being sweet friends here on my channel. So let's get started, and let me show you how I created this pocket. First up are my mini fabric wrap carrots for my pocket. Now these are the supplies that I'm using. Some little mini carrots from the Dollar Tree, as well as some foliage, some different fabrics, some raffia, and some ribbon. So the first thing I did is I cut a little less than an inch of fabric, and I just tore it down the side. I like to do that to give the ragged, jaggedy edge. And then I just started wrapping the carrot, and I just hot glued along the way. To embellish the top, I'm using some of this new foliage, or it's new to me this year, from the Dollar Tree. I just cut off a stem of that and just poked a hole in the top and just continued to wrap my fabric around the carrot until it closed it up at the top. I'm not too worried about the top because I'm going to add some more fabric and a cute little bow. I'll just continue to do the same thing with the muslin carrot as well as the black and white polka dot carrot. One thing that wasn't in my supply picture is this hemp cording or jewelry cording. I like to use this just as a little bit of softness to my projects. My next project is sharing how I created the rustic spring pocket. I'm using one of the tags from Dollar Tree, as well as some scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby and some Mod Podge. So I'm going to try my best to get off as much glitter as I can using my sanding sponge. And I wanted to use the front of it, but I could also use the back. But I just wanted to kind of give you that different ideas of what you could do if you have something that has glitter on the front. You can use your sanding sponge and get that glitter off. So I'm just tracing my tag out and just going to cut it out, and then I will Mod Podge it onto my tag. Now my pocket is going to cover that bottom, but it bothered me that I didn't cover it all the way. So it's just, a personal thing. Um, so once I got my scrapbook paper on there, I took my sanding sponge and went around the edges to expose a little bit of the white. I think it brings out the rusticness of the project. Then I went back over it and used my little distressing ink pad and provided some distressing. It's just really a personal thing that I like to do. So then now I just have a piece of burlap. It's about 6 inches, and I'm going to make a pocket. And I think that this was the perfect size for this little project here. And then I'm just taking my hot glue and I'm just kind of wrapping it around the project, just like a present. And I keep checking the front of the pocket just to make sure that I can get my carrots and my other embellishments in there, because I don't want it to be too tight to the sign where I don't get my stuff inside. So I just have this white fleece that I had on hand, and I'm just using it as a stuffer to kind of give it some height so that I don't have to, my carrots don't go too far down in there. But this is just a personal preference. You could use stuffing, you can use old socks, you can use anything that will give your project some bulk and some height. Like to use my fine Excelsior for little projects like this because it provides a bit of wispiness that I like for my projects. Now I know that Dollar Tree and other places have the larger Excelsior. I get mine at Amazon, and also over at Joann's craft store seems to have the fine Excelsior that I like to use for my projects because it's just a little thinner, and like I said, it gives a bit of wispiness to my project. To create the sign for my spring pocket here, I'm using one of these large craft sticks. Now this pack came from Walmart. In my sign, I don't want the rounded edges, so I'm just cutting those off with my scissors. And then I'm going to give the sign a coat of khaki acrylic paint. And I also got that over at Walmart because it's an Apple Barrel brand. And then I have two 3/8-inch furniture plugs that I'm just going to put on the end of my sign just for a little added rustic character. And I'm just also giving that a coat of paint. Now to make the bunny treat sign, I am just taking my black Sharpie marker and just hand lettering bunny treats on there. I do my little signature by adding the happy dots on the ends of my letters. That is just a personal preference of what I like to do for my signs. You can use stickers. You could cut it out. If you do have a vinyl cutter, you could cut it out on your electronic die cutting machine. You could print something off of your computer, and you can, rip the paper to give it a jagged edge, and you can create something that has, the look that you are wanting. And so here, back to my little sign, I'm just going to add some distressing. I did some distressing around the edges of my sign, and then also I have these large Q-tips that I got at the Dollar Tree many years ago, and I just use them to just add a bit of rustic distressing to my projects by going around my letters and distressing different things that I have. So then now I just hot glued my sign to my pocket board, and then for my hanger, I'm just using my piercing tool. These boards are cardboard and very easy, just to give it a little pressure and give a hole, so you don't need to have a drill for that. And then I'm just going to make a hanger for my board by using this wire. I like to get my wire over at the Dollar Tree in the automotive section. It is thin and it just is pliable, and it's very workable, and it is my favorite wire at this time. I'm going to add some wood beads as well as some fabric to my wire. And the fabric is just to give it a decorative also, as well as stopping those beads where I want them. It just kind of adds a barrier so the beads don't slip all the way down on the sign hanger. And then I just do that on both sides. I used 8 beads and I just left it in the natural look because I like that for this rustic project, and just adding 4 on each side. These are the ribbons that I'm going to use for my messy bow. I don't know if it has a name. I just call it a messy bow. Anyway, they're cut about 6 inches, 5 to 6 inches. Some of them I left straight, some of them I diagonaled, some of them I dovetailed. It just really depended on what mood I was in, honestly. And so just by layering these on top of each other, I get the look that I want. And just by using all the different ribbons, I get so much different texture. For the center, I'm just using some of that hemp cording or jewelry cording. I just make a 6-loop bow, 3 on each side. I tie that in the middle, and then I just gather it all with my fingers. And as you can see, I have a black clip or clamp that I keep everything together until I'm ready to secure it with a chenille stem. And so then I put my hemp cord bow on there and just pull it tight with my chenille stem. I just glued this cute bow to the top of the sign and used my clamp to hold it together until it completely dried. Then I took a strip of the coordinating fabric that I had for the carrots, and I just wrapped it around the pocket and just knotted it off there, and just trimming off the ends with my scissors. I'm going to make a cute little carrot sign. I like to get these tags. I think they're in my Amazon store, and I tea stained them many years ago. I have a whole bunch of them that I had in a drawer, and so I just am using my black Sharpie marker, and then I hand letter carrots, 5 cents, and then I take my ultrafine Sharpie marker and just do some stitching around the edges of it and just doodle that up, because that is what I like to do. Again, you could use stickers, you could use a die cut to create something like this. And then, of course, I like to, bend it to give, just some rustic, ness to it. And then using my distress inks, I just give it even more of a distressed look and rusticness to it. To attach the cute carrot sign or tag to my pocket, I'm using these rusty safety pins. Now, I found an excellent video here on YouTube that shows how to rust metals, and I will have it linked in my description box below, because it is the most easiest to follow to rusting metal, and I will be doing more of that. Anyway, so I bought these safety pins, I think at Walmart, just a pack of these, and then I did them all at one time. And so to attach the carrot sign, I am just clipping that to the burlap. If you've been with me for a while, you know that I go above and beyond and add a lot of details to my projects, and this is no exception. So I have one of these small signs from the Dollar Tree. They come 4 in a pack. They're usually in the floral section, and I decided to paint today only, and I'm going to stick that into my pocket. And so I just have a number 2 liner paintbrush and some white paint, and just writing today only. And then I will add the happy dots with the end of my paintbrush. I just really think that when you put the extra time into creating your project, it just really takes it over the top. All right, guys, if you have made it here to the end of the video, I do want to share that I will be sending one lucky random winner this little package. I may add a few other things in there too, but I'm gonna do some put some tags in there as well as some rusty safety pins. That way, if you recreate this project, that you will have those and you don't need to buy them for your project. I will draw a winner on Friday, March the 13th. So just be a subscriber of my channel and leave me a comment below, letting me know what you think about my DIY rustic project. And I appreciate all of your sweet, kind, positive support. This is the reason why I do this, because of all of you that leave me sweet, kind, positive support. I appreciate you so much. We'll talk to you very soon. God bless.